95.5 KLOS.
Hello, how are you? Jonesy's Jukebox, live from the Viper Room. And we're here with my guest, Darrell Hammond.
How do you do, sir? Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. How you doing?
Okay-ish. How you doing? Pretty well for a man of my age and habits.
How old are you?
I don't know. I'm definitely past the number into the adjectives.
What's that mean?
This means after 35, who gives a fuck?
Oh,
sorry.
Jesus, he's one of them guys.
Oh, sorry. After that, who cares? Sorry, you guys.
So you're 50?
Aroundish.
60?
No.
I'm 64.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What?
You look good, brother.
Why do you think people when they get old, don't like saying their age?
I don't know. It's the same thing feeling bad about having mental illness or having, have to take a lot of meds or you've struggled mentally. Why do we try to hide that? I don't know. You got me, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, my socks don't match today, and that's like the third or fourth time this month, so I'm not that keen on a lot of stuff.
Well, it looks like you got your Valentine shoes on.
Yeah, they're kind of Valentine-y, aren't they?
I put this on because of Valentine.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know why I celebrate it. I don't have an old lady. Do you? Do you have a missus?
I have a significant other.
Yeah. Do you have to get them a present?
In a way.
It's live, they're listening.
I know. I understand that people are listening.
Do you think it's a racket?
What, Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure people have used it to make money before, don't you?
I mean, it's just like Christmas. It's another racket, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel that way about Christmas, too.
You know what I think? What a waste is all them trees get cut down, they're used for a week, and then they're just
Why do you hate
discarded.
Christmas? I kind of hate it, too.
I do hate it. I think a lot of people do.
I do.
It's weird, and I don't know why, but I feel uncomfortable the whole time.
That's because I don't have that family that, I don't have a family. It's real hard. It's hard. Everyone has a family, and it's hard on those of us who don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm familyless.
Yeah, me too.
Why are you familyless?
Because
Did you leave at an early age?
No, did you?
Yeah, I left when I was 14.
Wow, that's deep.
I had a horrible stepfather.
Well, I wrote a book about it called God. I can't say the title, but
Uh-oh.
I did write a book about it. But like my family, my mother and father happened to be dead. But even if they were alive, the last, say, 10 or 15 years of their life, we didn't have Christmas because I didn't communicate with them.
You was just being a rebel then?
No, just don't want to deal with people that did the things they did and don't want to own up to it.
Yeah, it's a common thread, isn't it?
I don't like being expected to behave as if they were good.
Right.
I don't want to send my mom a Mother's Day card. Hey, Mom, I'm in another detox. Nice going.
Yeah.
Good work. Nice work.
Yeah.
Good going, Ma.
Yeah.
I'm in another lockdown psych.
He was gonna do it again.
I'm in another lockdown psych ward, Ma. Nice work. I wrote a book about it, as a matter of fact.
And what is that book called? You can't say it.
It's called God, If You're Not Up There, I'm Bleeped.
Yeah.
I was in jail in the Caribbean, and I didn't know.
This is a true story?
Yeah. I didn't know any prayers or anything. And I said, God, listen, if you're not up there, I'm in so much trouble because I didn't know what else to do. I don't know if you've ever been in jail, but especially down there, it's that really weird feeling that you're not getting out of this, that there's not a lawyer that can help you. There's not a person that can help you. And you're so desperate, you're sitting there in your cell and you just go, listen, I know I never went to church, but let's say if you're the one that hung the planets in the air, could you do me you help me out a little bit? because I need help. Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
And did you get help?
Well, I only spent 3 days in solitary, and then they took me to a trial, and then fined me $2,500 cash American. My father had been called over the weekend and instructed to come down with the money, just in case. They said I had a 50-50 chance. And one judge would put me in jail for 2 years. The other one might just want some money. So we got the latter. It was just possession of a controlled substance.
You just had a bit of blow or something?
Yeah. You know, we got off the ship and in Freeport, and we were drinking golden rum and lots of it. And then I used the bathroom, and a man came in my cell and offered me a sample to take back to the ship. I took it. I went back downstairs and was arrested at the foot of the stairs.
So you were set up?
Yes.
His brother was probably the cop.
Well, it's interesting because at the trial, the guy that gave me the drugs was in the...
Was the judge?
How did you know? Yeah, he was the one with the gavel that day. He was actually in the booth next to me, and you know, the funniest thing was they charged me $2,500 cash American, and then the bailiff says, "Your Honor, what about him?" And the judge is like, "What are you, nuts? Charges are dropped. You crazy? Get out of here."
Yeah,
we got the money.
That's great. I got a similar story in Thailand. I was there to detox off of heroin.
In a facility, or?
No, I just went out there from London with a girl who was like royalty there. Like she really was part of the royalty, and she lived in London, and I was hanging out with her, and I was strung out, and she goes, "Let's go to Thailand and detox you." I mean, it sounds ludicrous.
No.
But I went there with her.
I mean, Thailand, you're detoxing from heroin? Yeah. I detoxed from opiates. I don't know if that's a similar detox or not, but it didn't matter where I detoxed from what I was on. It stuff sucked. It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's gonna, no matter, even at Betty Ford, it sucked.
Yeah, for sure. And I was doing it with no medical help.
Well,
but
you're a stronger man than me.
But the same thing happened. This guy come up to me in Bangkok, bought some Thai stick off him. 2 minutes later, his brother arrested me, and I didn't even go to court. Just give him like $3,000 to get out of it.
Were you in a jail cell, a holding cell?
It was like a jail cell, but it looked like the cell was made out of cardboard. It was like a weird.
Like they just made it when they arrested you.
Exactly.
Like, all right, go quick. Yeah. Okay, go make this. Go back there. Put it with the cardboard. It's fine. Now just put something up. Don't get going. I'm not kidding.
That's it. We're going to play another song.
Okay.
And I've got the little theme, a few Saturdays. Obviously, Saturday night's all right for fighting. And now we're going to play David Bowie, Driving Saturday. We're here with Darrell Hammond. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, live from the Viper Room. Take it away. Who? Jones.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS, with my guest Darrell Hammond.
Hello.
How are you again?
Pretty good.
I was wondering what you were thinking when we were playing them two songs. You looked like you was bored out of your brain.
I was texting people who would be really excited that I was at the Viper Room. So I took pictures and sent pictures to 3 people. Yeah.
Are they people in LA?
No, but people. One person used to live here, but you know, everyone knows the Viper Room.
They will now.
After those 3 texts,
I'm telling you. So you got a podcast now. Darrell Hammond Saves the World.
Yes, sir.
And
we went through a couple of titles. One was Darrell Hammond Couldn't Possibly Save the World. Darrell Hammond's not saving the world. Darrell Hammond's ruining the world. But then we settled on that one.
Yeah. I think the other one was better.
Which one do you like better?
Darrell Hammond Is the World.
Ooh. Call the lawyers, Louie.
Quick, make some changes.
Yes, sir.
You're doing it live tomorrow at the Improv.
Yes.
7:00.
Yes.
p.m. and Monday at the Improv at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
A live podcast.
Well, we're doing 10 p.m.?
That's what it says here.
Okay.
I didn't write it. I'm just a messenger.
Thanks. I'm glad I finally got the message.
Yeah. So, how long have you still do Saturday Night Live?
Sometimes. Well, I'm the staff announcer over there, and I do a lot of voiceovers for NBC and Saturday Night
Oh, you do?
Live. I do. And occasionally appear on camera. Not so much anymore, but I've been working there for about 25 years or so. Sometimes a little, sometimes a lot, you know.
Are you the longest?
I'm the longest no, Kenan Thompson has now broke my record. My record was 14 years. Before that was Kevin Nealon was 11. Phil Hartman was 10 or something like that. But yeah, been there for a little while, off and on for 25 years.
So do you live in New York?
I live here as much as I can, but I go back there a lot to record with the orchestra.
Is it still at the same place?
30 Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I went on there once with Fred Armiston.
Okay.
He invited
Great.
me on there. It was cool. I've never been there before.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's a madhouse, isn't it? Because it's live. It's like a match. You know, scripts seem to skits change. If they're not happening.
Everything is written in disappearing ink.
Yeah.
Things get canceled for the most bizarre reasons because it's a live show.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like I don't know basketball that well, but they have something called a fast break, I think. And it's something like everyone in the court runs real fast down the court.
Yeah.
That's the typical scene there at SNL.
So was you first on there as a comedian then?
Yeah. I used to play parts on the show.
And you do in impersonations?
Some, yeah.
Where'd you learn to do impersonations?
My mom could talk like other people. She used to impersonate coaches and the neighbors and stuff like that. And I just we started out by doing a Christmas Carol together when I was 7 years old. We played all the parts, and we used to do that from time to time.
Yeah. What do you think the key is to impersonations? Because, like, Jim Carrey's pretty good.
It's great.
I think, is it all about, like, the little details of impersonating? Because a lot of people, when you say imitate someone, and they do what they think it is, and it's nothing like
yeah,
what it
and it's
is.
funny because if you really look at great impressions that are funny, I think funny was the key because when I went to SNL, I was duplicating people, and Lorne Michaels said, "You're not funny, though. So you need to turn them into characters, like cartoons. It's still that person, but it's funny."
Yeah.
You know, so like my first show, I did a Ted Koppel, and everyone said, "Wow, what a great impression! How unfunny." Because I didn't know what Lauren was like, "This is a comedy show. We do jokes on this show."
Yeah.
So from now on, whenever you do an impression, learn it and then exaggerate it. Like exaggerate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And you'll know when to pull back when the audience stops laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When your jokes aren't working anymore, like, okay, you've gone too far, so move it back a little bit.
Yeah. But you did get Ted Koppel down, though.
I think so.
That was a regular one, right? Ted Koppel.
Ted Koppel, I did a lot of Ted Koppel. Ted Koppel was very similar to Phil Donahue at that time, and so I was already doing Phil Donahue, so they asked me about Koppel, and it was just a little shift in my throat to go to Koppel. Yeah, weird talent. Oh, yeah, well, Phil Donahue'd be like, "You're a blue-collar guy. You're married 20 years to the same woman. How many times can you eat lasagna?" So if you want to do Ted Koppel, you just tuck it in the back of your throat and go, "Ted Koppel, ABC News. See my hiney, big and shiny. Makes you giggle to see it wiggle."
Not bad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon your big one is? Clinton?
I guess it would have to be Clinton, yeah. I mean, that's the most famous one. I did Trump for a while and got a lot, had a good run with that for about a year. But I mean, Clinton is so much larger than life, although Trump's getting up there.
Yeah.
There's no one like him.
Well, didn't Thingy do a Trump for a while? Or I need a new guy who does Trump.
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that now.
Did you do any? You did another president. You did no, not Bush. Did you do?
I did Bush for one show, and there was a real problem because the network, specifically Will Ferrell, had done brilliantly as Bush, and the network wanted me to do his Bush, wanted me to impersonate, in other words, steal his work.
Yeah.
But they were adamant about it. So I go out there and I'm trying to do this damn thing. I remember Kelly Ripa was hosting that night. And I'm trying to do it, and it made me sick to my stomach, and I couldn't do anything, and I didn't do Bush. I didn't do his Bush, and I just said afterwards, I can't, like, rip him off.
Yeah.
I sat next to him for 4 years while he created that character. I'm going to go out there and rip him off.
Didn't Carvey do a good Bush?
Carvey did the dad, and yeah, that was amazing.
Mr. Bush.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a Nazareth. You ever heard it? Are you into music?
I'm into some music. There's a lot of gaps in my knowledge. You know, I had quite a few years under the weather.
What was the last cassette player you bought?
What?
What was the last cassette player you bought? That was a joke.
Okay. Cassette player?
What's the last bit of music? Do you buy music like to listen to?
Not anymore. I used to. I liked musicals a lot.
Musicals.
I liked Howlin' Wolf. My favorite, I guess the one I still listen to is John Mayall and the Blues Breakers.
Yeah.
Blues from Laurel Canyon. I still listen to that one.
Yeah.
A lot.
So you're a blues guy. You like blues?
I liked him a lot, and I liked Howlin' Wolf a lot.
Yeah.
I like Muddy Waters a lot. I love the Stones more than anything.
That's your bag.
I think so.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of the Stones.
I mean, I saw them live when Mick was 47, and I modeled myself after
Mick?
the intensity that he brought to the part. Like, he was singing "Start Me Up," but it sounded like he didn't know the words before. He was just discovering this thing, and he was singing it like, if this doesn't happen, I won't be alive. I mean, it was such intensity, and so afterwards I figured no matter what I did, even when I felt bad, I was going to try to put out that much.
Yeah.
Because as a stand-up, you do 1,000,000 sets at 1 o'clock in the morning, man, and you're tired.
Yeah.
You know, your 5th or 6th set that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get tired.
How long does the set last, though?
15 to 20 usually when you're doing club work.
Yeah.
When you're on the road, you do 1-hour sets.
Yeah. Do you think most comedians are depressives?
Yes.
Yeah. It seems that way.
There's a few that I call healthy geniuses. You know, people I know are geniuses who don't really have bad habits like I have had, and many people like me.
Yeah. We're all damaged goods, baby. Let's play Nazareth. This is a track called Love Hurts. This is for all the Valentinos. Take it away. We're here with my guest, Darrell Hammond. How are you?
Pretty good, sir. How are you?
Not bad. Did you know that last song?
Yes.
Who was it?
Elvis Costello.
What's it called?
Radio?
Yeah, there's a funny
radio or
story.
something?
There's a little funny story to go with that one. I don't know why I do this, but I just associate you with Saturday Night Live. I know you've done a lot of other things, but was you there when Elvis Costello, I don't know if you remember, it's like around 78. The Sex Pistols was meant to be doing that show, right? But we couldn't leave England because we had criminal records and they wouldn't give us a visa. So Elvis Costello
Really?
filled in for us.
Okay.
And he was meant to do this song, Allison, and after 4 seconds, he decided to do Radio. He did that Jimi Hendrix thing, where he was on a show and he was going to play one song and he went into, I don't know. But that's my little story.
Yeah, well, I wasn't there for that one, but I remember being in the city and my friends were just freaking out that he was even in town, Elvis Costello. So his presence created quite a stir. Not as much as the Sex Pistols would have, because they People in New York City love that wicked, dark, gritty. You know.
Well, it was very dirty back then, New York. It was a thing back then,
It
New York.
really was.
Alphabet City.
Yeah.
Did you ever go down there?
Let's see. I've been in Alphabet City, but I didn't spend a lot. I did go to one room in Alphabet City that was completely yellow. It was a bar like this, but every single thing was yellow, and women went in the back and turned tricks to get coke, and people did blow and played chess, and I mean, it just, you were talking earlier what kind of decadence might have taken place in a place like this. I mean, like, I'm all for decadence, I'm all for debauchery, but that was a bridge too far for me even.
Yeah.
You see these
Blow, chest.
These models, these like model types going in the back of this yellow room and coming, pulling up their, missing a high heel and back out to the cab. I thought it was pretty far down in the rabbit hole.
Yeah. A lot of New York was like that back in the 70s, though. It was very...
Yeah.
42nd Street.
Yeah, Times Square.
Linda Lovelace.
Yeah, and they had live sex on stage. And I heard someone say once, I couldn't swear to it, but if there's an entrance to hell on earth, it's probably Port Authority bus terminal.
Yeah.
Because the stuff you would see there was unimaginable.
Yeah.
And there were, at that time, 133 porn stores. Plus, these magnificent theaters were porn houses, and some of which had live sex shows.
Yeah.
But there were 133 either videos or any kind of thing that when Disney wanted Times Square, they had to buy them. They just bought everything. And
didn't you think it was funny? That's the only where that like theaters was the only place you could see porn.
Yeah,
it's bizarre now when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I went to see The Lion King, which it's a magnificent theater, man. I mean, it's incredible theater, and I also had gone to see live sex on stage in that theater as well. I had seen double stuffed Oriental. Double stuffed Euro sluts. Same place.
Yeah, different shift. Don't you think it's weird? I mean, do you like that it's completely cleaned up now? New York is basically like Disneyland now. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's Times Square now has stores that every city has.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you like theater and BB King's, there's some great clubs there, but Kodak and Hershey's and Nike, and they have stores that every other town has now.
Did you ever go to CBGB's?
I did.
What do you think about that now? It's a clothing shop. John Barbados, isn't it now?
What? It's in Barbados now?
No, it didn't move to Barbados.
Is it closed, right?
No, it's John Barbados as a clothing store there.
Oh.
John Barbados. I know it sounds a bit like Barbados, but it's a bit different.
I don't know. It seemed like almost like a landmark, like a historical site that if you were going to tour New York City, that'd be something that would be on there. I mean, there was, I guess, the greatest artist in the world. And think about some of the music that came out of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
It seemed like you would have kept that. Very much like the Jeffrey Dahmer household.
Yeah.
Which was also burned down.
Was it?
Yeah.
What a shame.
The greatest monster that ever lived. And we don't know where he lived. Or where he came from.
Was that him?
Yeah, that was him.
That was a personation of him.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Jeffrey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're fascinated by serial killers?
Yeah, I used to be. Having grown up feeling so powerless over so many things. And I used to be, I went through these phases. I went through serial killer, mafia, and then cowboys, particularly Wyatt Earp. And these were people that I envisioned just didn't take off on nobody. You didn't mess with these people, you know, because I felt like, you know, growing up that people could just do anything they wanted to me at any time they wanted to, and they could. And the same was true with, you know, back then, you know, child abuse wasn't illegal till 1965. So kids could come to school battered and bruised, and you couldn't say anything to the parents. And if you were a woman, same thing. You know, go around to these parties, go to church and everything. You go over to someone's house to have chicken afterwards and play cards or something on a Sunday afternoon, and the women would be bruised, like because some guy could just like hit them anytime they wanted. Same with the kids. So I don't have real fond memories about that.
Yeah. Different times.
Yes, sir.
I used to get a slap, a belt here and there.
Yeah.
Probably deserved though, because I was a bit of a tearaway when I was
Where are you now?
a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most illegal thing you think you ever did, or that you want to cop to?
Most illegal thing I ever did. Oh man, I don't know. I had like most of my stuff was juvenile. I had 14 different arrests as a juvenile.
Yeah. And what was...
Well, go on.
No, I just wonder what juvenile was like.
Well, I was in 2 juvenile halls. One was a place called Banstead Hall that I got put away for a year and a half. That was in the country that I actually enjoyed.
Was it for violence or...
No. Oh, it was for basically stealing cars. And this was the good thing.
Yeah.
They'd let you, after like 6 months, they'd let you go home on the weekend, and I'd go home on the weekend and come back in a stolen car.
That's a good one. Is that in the bio?
I think I did put it. I got a book out too.
Yeah, great.
Lonely Boy. It's
That's a
called.
nice one.
Just a nice simple name, Lonely Boy. No swear words. I think we're going to knock it on the head soon.
Okay.
We're going to play one more song. Have you enjoyed yourself, people? Darrell Hammond, I just want to say it one more time, saves the world. Darrell Hammond saved the world. Improv tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Monday, the Improv at 10 p.m. It's a live podcast. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me on. Thank you, guys.
It was a pleasure. Next week we got Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, and we're going to go out with another Valentino song. This is Jay Giles, Love Stinks. See you later.